The glittering lights of Madison Square Garden have long served as the ultimate crossroads where world-class athleticism meets the pinnacle of global celebrity culture. For decades, this iconic arena nestled in the heart of New York City has hosted unforgettable historical moments, anchoring its reputation not just as a sports venue, but as a legendary theater of human drama. Inside these walls, every seat tells a story, and during high-stakes championship runs, the atmosphere becomes absolutely electric, drawing in the biggest names from every corner of the entertainment industry. When the stakes are at their absolute highest, the tension extending outward from the polished hardwood floor is palpable, captivating millions of viewers worldwide who tune in to witness history in the making. Yet, as any seasoned observer of modern sports media knows, the action unfolding under the bright arena lights is often only half the story, with the subsequent commentary, post-game analysis, and off-court interactions frequently generating their own massive waves of public fascination. In the contemporary media landscape, a single casual remark made during a live broadcast can instantly ripple across digital networks, transforming a routine sports interview into a major pop culture phenomenon that captures the collective imagination of the public. This intersection of athletic excellence and intense public scrutiny creates a uniquely volatile environment where professional journalists, superstar athletes, and passionate global fan bases constantly collide in unexpected ways. To truly understand how a brief moment of courtside commentary can escalate into a nationwide conversation, one must look closely at the complex mechanics of modern media and the intense loyalty that defines both sports fandom and celebrity following. Before we dive deeper into the fascinating mechanics of this unfolding media storm and explore the dramatic details that set the entire internet ablaze, take a quick moment to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an exclusive, in-depth breakdown of the biggest stories shaping the world of sports and entertainment. The unique energy of New York sports culture thrives on an unyielding passion and a distinct level of critical scrutiny that demands absolute loyalty, making the city a challenging yet exhilarating stage for anyone operating in the public eye. Within this ecosystem, sports analysts and reporters bear the significant responsibility of capturing the raw emotion of the game while maintaining a sharp, engaging narrative that resonates with a highly sophisticated and deeply protective local audience. When a historic championship run brings the entire city together, every single word uttered on television is magnified tenfold, dissected by millions of eager fans who view their local teams and their arena as sacred institutions. It is within this hyper-focused, high-pressure environment that our current story takes shape, illustrating the incredible power of modern digital media to amplify minor incidents into sweeping cultural narratives that dominate headlines for days on end. The modern sports reporter must navigate these turbulent waters with immense skill, balancing the need for entertaining commentary with the strict realities of live broadcasting, where there is absolutely no room to hide from the instantaneous feedback of the digital world. Over the course of a grueling and thrilling season, the narrative surrounding a championship team builds a powerful momentum, drawing in casual observers and die-hard enthusiasts alike, until the entire spectacle becomes a massive cultural touchstone that transcends the boundaries of traditional sports reporting. This captivating atmosphere sets the perfect stage for an unexpected collision of worlds, demonstrating how quickly the focused intensity of basketball can merge with the unstoppable force of global celebrity influence. As the championship series progressed, the collective gaze of the world remained firmly fixed on the court, completely unaware that a brief, spontaneous observation would soon spark an entirely separate media narrative capable of rivaling the drama of the games themselves. The sheer scale of modern digital platforms means that a comment made in passing is no longer confined to the temporary space of a live broadcast, but is instead captured, repeated, and scrutinized by diverse online communities with widely varying perspectives. This reality creates a fascinating dynamic where traditional sports journalism must constantly adapt to the overwhelming pressure of viral internet trends and the fierce protective instincts of massive celebrity fan bases. As we begin to peel back the layers of this intriguing incident, the complex relationships between professional athletes, media personalities, and the global public come into sharp focus, revealing a narrative that is as much about modern communication as it is about the game itself. The stage was perfectly set, the crowd was roaring, and the intense pressure of a historic sports moment was about to act as the ultimate catalyst for a media sensation that nobody could have predicted, proving once again that the most compelling dramas often happen just outside the lines of play. In the heart of the media capital of the world, where every headline is amplified and every opinion is challenged, the boundaries between different spheres of entertainment are increasingly blurred, creating a fertile ground for unprecedented cultural crossovers. The dedication of the local fan base ensures that any individual entering this arena is subjected to an unwritten code of conduct, where allegiance to the city and its beloved institutions is valued above all else. When external forces and global icons enter this fiercely guarded territory, the potential for friction increases exponentially, setting up a captivating dynamic that keeps audiences completely locked in. Understanding the subtle nuances of this environment is essential for recognizing how a seemingly minor courtside remark can rapidly gather momentum, transforming into a complex discussion about media responsibility, public perception, and the intense nature of modern fan loyalty. As the narrative continues to build, the underlying tension highlights the shifting landscape of sports journalism, where reporters are no longer just documenting the game, but are actively participating in a broader, more unpredictable cultural conversation that extends far beyond the arena walls. The unexpected controversy began to unfold in earnest during the intense broadcasting coverage of Game 4 of the high-stakes NBA Finals, a moment when all eyes were naturally glued to the action on the court. Experienced ESPN personality and respected New York Knicks reporter Monica McNutt was providing her signature sharp analysis from the sidelines of Madison Square Garden, fully immersed in the high-energy atmosphere of a thrilling championship series. Sitting courtside in the prestigious arena was global pop icon Taylor Swift, who was enjoying the game alongside her close friends Alana and Estee Haim, drawing a massive amount of attention from both the cameras and the fans in attendance. In the fast-paced flow of live television, McNutt made a sharp, spontaneous comment regarding the singer's presence at the arena, boldly stating to the viewing audience that Swift was simply not a true Knicks fan and playfully adding that she should get out of here. This seemingly casual quip, delivered in the heat of a major broadcast, immediately struck a chord with viewers and acted as the catalyst for an instantaneous, massive wave of digital backlash from Swift's incredibly dedicated and protective global fanbase, known worldwide as the Swifties. Within mere minutes of the broadcast airing, social media platforms were absolutely flooded with clips of the segment, as passionate fans rushed to defend the pop star's honor, interpreting the reporter's playful gatekeeping as an unnecessary and targeted insult. The digital space transformed into a battleground of opinions, illustrating the immense, lightning-fast defensive capabilities of a modern celebrity fandom when they perceive their icon is being unfairly criticized or excluded from a community. The sheer velocity of the reaction caught many sports observers by surprise, demonstrating how an analytical sports broadcast can be instantly hijacked by mainstream pop culture dynamics in the blink of an eye. Faced with a rapidly escalating internet storm, McNutt chose not to retreat from her stance, but instead sought to clarify her perspective the very next day during a widely publicized and candid interview with the entertainment outlet TMZ. During this conversation, the 36-year-old sports analyst admitted that she might have slightly misspoke regarding the exact nature of Swift's fandom, yet she firmly stood by the underlying logic of her original observation. McNutt pointed out a hard, undeniable fact from the current basketball season, noting that the famous singer had not attended a single Knicks home game at Madison Square Garden all year, which naturally led to questions about her active engagement with the team. To further support her original thought process, McNutt highlighted an incident from the previous month when Swift had attended a Cleveland Cavaliers game against the Knicks alongside her high-profile fiancé, NFL superstar Travis Kelce, a move that had already caused quite a stir among sensitive New York sports fans. The sharp-witted analyst specifically noted that during that particular appearance, Swift was not wearing any official Knicks paraphernalia or team colors, which made it incredibly difficult for anyone to discern any genuine loyalty to the New York franchise. By presenting these factual observations, McNutt attempted to ground her original comment in the traditional unwritten rules of sports fandom, where active presence and visible team support are considered the primary currencies of true loyalty. However, the explanation did little to calm the digital waters, as the complex machinery of modern online fandom continued to dissect her words, looking for deeper meanings and ulterior motives behind the reporter's sports-centric critique. The tension escalated even further when McNutt made a highly anticipated appearance on the popular radio show The Breakfast Club, where she was forced to directly address the increasingly serious nature of the accusations being leveled against her online. With characteristic candor and confidence, she explicitly denied that race played any factor whatsoever in her public criticism of the global pop icon, expressing frustration with how quickly online commentators weaponized serious labels over simple disagreements. She explained to the hosts that she was merely stating a factual observation based on visible sports attendance, but acknowledged that speaking plainly in the modern media landscape often makes a large segment of the public incredibly uncomfortable. This defense highlighted a growing divide between traditional, direct sports journalism, which thrives on blunt observations and competitive gatekeeping, and the hypersensitive world of pop culture commentary, where icons are often treated as entirely beyond reproach. As the days pressed on, the narrative refused to die down, fueled by the relentless cycle of internet commentary and the fact that the Knicks were simultaneously marching towards a historic NBA championship victory. The sports world and the entertainment world remained completely locked in this fascinating standoff, with both sides dug into their respective positions regarding what constitutes authentic fandom in the modern era. Meanwhile, the players themselves were fully aware of the media circus swirling around their dedicated reporter, setting the stage for an even larger confrontation during the post-game celebrations. The atmosphere inside the locker room and around the team was a unique mix of competitive triumph and pop culture intrigue, as the athletes worked to balance their focus on the game with the massive digital narrative unfolding just outside their door. Every subsequent interview became a potential flashpoint, with journalists looking to see if the players would address the lingering online drama or keep their focus entirely on their athletic achievements. This mounting pressure created a palpable sense of anticipation throughout the sports media world, as everyone waited to see how this unique collision of sports passion and celebrity defense would ultimately resolve itself on the grandest stage of all. The high-stakes drama reached its ultimate boiling point immediately following the conclusion of Game 5. A night that will forever be etched into the glorious history of New York sports as the Knicks officially secured their monumental NBA championship victory. Amidst the absolute chaos of the post-game celebrations, where confetti filled the air and the roar of the ecstatic crowd echoed through the rafters of Madison Square Garden, the focus briefly shifted from athletic triumph to media camaraderie. Monica McNutt, standing directly on the hardwood floor to conduct her official post-game interviews, found herself in a moment that beautifully encapsulated the tight-knit bond between the team and its dedicated press corps. When she approached the 29-year-old superstar guard and newly crowned NBA champion Jalen Brunson, the player chose to use his massive, globally televised platform to address the relentless online controversy that had been swirling around the reporter for days. Looking directly into the camera with a brilliant smile, Brunson delivered a clear, heartfelt message to the massive army of Swifties who had been aggressively attacking the 36-year-old ESPN personality across every digital platform. The star athlete explicitly told the viewing audience that he wanted to say something directly to the passionate Taylor Swift fan community, declaring that McNutt is a truly excellent professional and urging everyone to cut her some well-deserved slack. He firmly assured the public that everything was completely good between all parties involved, an incredibly classy gesture that instantly validated McNutt's standing within the sports community and demonstrated the profound mutual respect that exists between elite athletes and the journalists who cover their grueling journeys. McNutt, visibly moved and deeply appreciative of the unexpected public defense, warmly thanked the champion on air, signaling a brief moment of relief in an otherwise exhausting public narrative. Far from letting the incident fade into the background, McNutt later took to her personal Instagram stories to share the footage of Brunson's defense, proudly embracing the entire chaotic situation with a sense of playful confidence. Alongside the video clip, she confidently declared that she was completely fine, writing that the King of New York had her back and we are all perfectly good over here, while cheekily adding that everybody knows she secretly loves a little public commotion. This bold social media move sent a definitive signal to her critics that she would not be intimidated by digital backlashes, showcasing the resilient spirit that has made her one of the most compelling and independent voices in contemporary sports media today. To fully comprehend the deeper layers of this fascinating cultural clash, it is essential to examine Taylor Swift's actual, well-documented historical relationship with both the city of New York and the iconic Knicks franchise itself. While critics pointed out her recent absences, the truth remains that the global pop icon has owned a luxurious home in the historic neighborhood of Tribeca since 2014, making her a prominent, long-term resident of the metropolis. Over the past 12 years, she has publicly shown her enthusiastic support for the team on multiple high-profile occasions, famously sitting courtside during eras when the team was struggling and helping to elevate the profile of the games. In fact, her presence at the thrilling Game 4 matchup inside Madison Square Garden, where she watched the Knicks narrowly defeat the San Antonio Spurs by a score of 107-106, was just the latest chapter in her long history with the arena. The stakes surrounding her connection to the legendary sports venue are further heightened by massive, persistent rumors circulating throughout the entertainment industry that she is planning a spectacular wedding with her fiancé, NFL star Travis Kelce, at that exact location over the upcoming July 4th holiday weekend. This blend of historic team loyalty, premium real estate ownership, and impending personal milestones paints a far more nuanced picture of her ties to the city than a simple count of seasonal basketball game attendances would ever suggest. Ultimately, this entire captivating episode serves as a powerful case study in the evolving, often volatile dynamics of modern sports journalism and celebrity culture, where the traditional boundaries of reporting are constantly being challenged. It illustrates how a brief, spontaneous observation regarding team loyalty can rapidly escalate into a complex, multifaceted discussion about identity, fandom, and media responsibility in the digital age. By standing her ground and leaning into the commotion, Monica McNutt demonstrated the fierce independence that defines the best of New York media, while Jalen Brunson's timely intervention highlighted the profound sense of community that unites a championship sports team with its surrounding ecosystem. As the celebratory parade planning begins and the digital dust finally begins to settle, this memorable crossover between the unstoppable force of the music industry and the peak excellence of professional basketball will remain a definitive marker of an unforgettable championship season, proving that in the media capital of the world, the drama outside the game is frequently just as compelling as the action on the court.